Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Advanced Bass Fishing, and really appreciate you guys joining me for today's video. And guys, today I'm going to make a case, and I want to talk about why you do not have to get up early to go bass fishing, because ever since I've been fishing, and probably you guys too, it's always like people get up at the crack of dawn or before crack of dawn to go to the lake, and it's just not worth it, man, in my opinion. I'm going to explain why. And then I'm going to also talk about the best times of day that I think you really need to focus on being on the water there. Also, guys, before we get started, a couple quick things. Real quick reminder, Solar Bat started their Black Friday sale today on my Signature Series sunglasses, guys. They got them at 50% off my Signature Series RB2 and RB3 series glasses. If you're interested, I'll put my Solar Bat link in the description. You can get them there at 50% off. Use the promo code RandyB with a capital R, capital B for free shipping and handling. And also, guys, thank you very much for everybody that's taken time to reach out to me for an on-the-water lesson. If you're interested, go to my Facebook page, Randy Blaukat Professional Angler, and just shoot me a private message for details. So appreciate that. Okay, I've heard this ever since I've been fishing. It's like, you know, you got to get the early bite. You got to take advantage of that early bite. And if you fish tournaments at all, you know that most tournaments, they want to take out at the crack of dawn. They want to take out so early that most of the time they have to wait a little bit because it's too dark when they take out. There is no reason for that, guys. I think that early in the morning is probably the #1 most overrated time to fish. Out of all the experience I've got for fishing for 50 years, and if I look at the windows during the course of the day, the time frame during the course of the day where I catch most of my bass, I think that early in the morning is the least productive time. Now, I'm not saying all the time, because there's certain times of the year where if you get the right conditions, say for example, you're in a real clear water lake, water temperatures are maybe over 60 degrees and there's a lot of fish shallow. Yeah, it's sometimes like that, an early bite's gonna be good. But for most of the time of year, winter, spring, summer, fall, it's just overrated. So don't feel like you got to be one of those dudes that wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You got to have your boat in the water at daylight. It's not that big of a deal. Personally, from my own fishing experience, the window of about 11 o'clock to about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 11 to 2 or maybe 11 to 3 is the best time to fish. Now, I think a lot of this has to do with the sunlight angle and the light penetration that the water gets from the sunlight. Bass feed from a lot of different senses. They feed from sight, they feed from sound, they feed from vibration. But I think personally, from my observation in bass fishing, that bass prefer to feed by sight. That's their preferred method, is sight feeding. And sight feeding is always better if you have a little bit higher light penetration. That's why I look back at most every really big fish I've caught, like the truly big bat. And of course, here comes the dang train right on clue as soon as we start the dang video. But anyway, the big bass I've caught in my life, I'm talking about the bass I've caught over 7 pounds. I bet 95% of them have come during that window of 10 or 11 o'clock, between 2 or 3 o'clock, something like that. I can't think of any really giant bass I've ever caught right off the bat early in the morning. So if you're one of those anglers out there that really feel that, you know, you've got this urge to get out in the morning, you don't. I mean, there's no reason unless you just want to get up early. But I hear a lot of people say that, oh, the morning is the best time of the day. No, it ain't. I don't think it is, especially when it comes to fishing, because most of the time, you know, I fish in cold weather all year long, and there's nothing worse than having to get up in the dark and getting out there in 25 degrees when it's dark to go fishing. It absolutely sucks. It's not fun whatsoever. And I say that as somebody that I got to get up early every morning. I mean, I wake up, you know, a little after 5 o'clock every morning. So it's not like I'm not like some dude that sleeps in every day. I'm just telling you from a fisherman standpoint, productivity wise, the morning is some of the worst times of the day you're ever going to have to fish. So just, if you're one of those anglers that really feel that you have to get out there, you might want to sort of rethink your approach on that. But I will say one thing. Like I said, if you're one of those guys that think morning is the best time of the day, which I can't really wrap my head around anyone that thinks like that, you know, just concentrate on the cleaner, warmer weather times of the year. I mean, probably if I look at the times of the year that is the best to get out early in the morning, it's probably either May or October. It seems like those are the times of the year. Usually the water temperatures is in the 70s in May or October. And it seems like if you have clear water, especially if you got some wind, yeah, those shady banks early in the morning can be pretty good. But other than that, guys, don't worry. Don't feel like you've got to get up super early to go fishing, because you really don't. So anyway, guys, I really appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. We'll check in later.